Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott announced a short time ago that receiver Gabe Davis suffered a torn ACL in his left knee in yesterday's victory at Jacksonville. The Atlanta Falcons today interviewed former Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh for their head coaching job, Harbaugh's first interview since being fired by the Ravens last Tuesday. Green Bay Packers linebacker Micah Parsons gave head coach Matt LaFleur a vote of confidence today. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, however, was non-committal today about offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. Former Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel interviewing today with the Cleveland Browns and Atlanta Falcons for their head coaching jobs. A short time ago, the NBA fined Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics $35,000 for public criticism of the officiating in the NHL. The Columbus Blue Jackets a short time ago fired head coach Dean Evison. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Well, here we are after a great weekend of wild card football.
It was wild.
Yeah.
Bills, 49ers, Pats, Bears, Rams sort of weekend. Not a Chargers, sorry, Lowenkron, not a Chargers, Justin Herbert sort of weekend. But it was a wild one. Congrats to your 49ers, Rich.
Yeah, buddy.
Man.
Wow.
Just too bad for that Kittle guy. But, hey, could they pull off the impossible? We'll find out. We'll talk about it. Get ready for the game tonight. So pumped. By the way, Danny G is here super producing. He runs the show. We're Covino and Rich is Fox Sports Radio. Iowa Sam, great to see you. Spots on the videos. You can watch what you hear, Covino and Rich FSR, and we be rocking out. Let's go.
Man, if you are watching on the YouTube channel, we're not in a cult. We just happen to both be wearing like matching sweatshirts today.
You believe... I talked to my mom today, and she goes, I thought you guys planned that, because we do our Patreon
in the morning,
in the morning, our other live show, which you're welcome to join, Fox Sports Radio Nation, patreon.com/Covino and Rich. My mom was watching that. She's like, I thought you guys planned that. I was like, do you think I'm that lame? I'm not the type of guy that wears matching pajamas with my kid on Christmas morning, let alone match with this doofus.
It's a Blue Monday.
It is a Blue Monday.
I mean, I would wear matching Christmas pajamas with my kids and have, but I would never
Christmas jammies.
But I would never match with you. I just happen to be rocking a navy blue hoodie, and here we get you.
Yep, and here we are. But it wasn't planned. But we do match the decor here. Welcome to our humble home, known as the Fox Sports Radio Studios. We are live, and if you miss any of today's show or any show ever, check the podcast. I was listening to the Best of the Week, produced by Danny G. He does a great job. There's also a Best of the Day every day. Wherever you search your podcast, just search Covino and Rich and rate it 5 stars. But like I said, you could watch it and join the fun right now. In fact, I'm queuing up the chat, pulling it up, popping it out as we speak. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Let's go.
I'm surprised you're not wearing your cheese grater hat today.
Oh, man. Yo, Caleb Williams went.
You showed up with that. We'd have problems.
Yeah, but Caleb Williams went all in on that. He was just grating cheese.
And by the way, that one jabroni in the stands they kept going to who had like a brick of Parmesan.
Yeah.
There were multiple guys with a cheese grater.
How do you get that in security, dude? I can't even get my chapstick through security.
I don't really think it's like a weapon. Like if you like slap someone with it would hurt.
Someone.
You could grate someone, but you have to like get right up to them.
I don't know.
It would hurt a lot. It would like cut you, but like I don't know if it's actually a weapon.
No way. I don't know how people do that, but hey,
put it in
the
his
Bears
pants.
had a great time.
Is that a cheese grater in your pants? Or are you happy to see me?
Both, Sam, actually.
Oh, great.
But what a weekend, and what great games, man. We were blessed this weekend with some really, really good ones, except for the Chargers. That's really it. They stunk. Yeah, man.
You know what? Let's get right into it. Things
stunk.
that made you go, Wild card weekend.
Let's go, baby.
Things that make you go,
Things that make you go,
Now, I mean, we could go in reverse order. We could talk about the Niners or the Bills, but I want to start with last night, the one snoozer, get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac, I know you're a Chargers fan. Were you at the narrative of Mike Tirico and Collinsworth last night? Because they pointed out something that, sometimes you hear a broadcaster say something, and you're like, I wonder if that gets down ever to the people on the field.
Yeah, it does.
But in real time?
Oh, in real time, I don't know. I'd have to ask Bill Maher.
Good one.
There was a moment in the fourth quarter where the Chargers start moving the ball, and then by substituting personnel, they're killing their own momentum, wasting time, and they're bringing in one new receiver, and it gives the Patriots a whole chance to swap out their players, refresh, take their time. And they pointed out like it was so obvious, and I'm like, how does Jim Harbaugh, a guy of that pedigree, not know better in that situation where you have the defense on their heels, they're playing hurry-up offense, and it's no longer hurry-up when you have to stop the game every 3 plays for substitutions.
That was a phenomenal point in real time by Collinsworth because it cost the Chargers at a point where they still had a chance to win the game but desperately needed every second. It cost them 20 seconds on 2 occasions. So it cost them a total of 40 seconds because the officials have to stop play while the clock is running to allow the defense to match up. The best answer I can give you is it's a Harbaugh thing. It's an offensive coordinator Greg Roman thing. But what's interesting is you can spend an entire career in the industry as a coach and encounter a situation that you have not specifically prepared for, no matter how good or how diligent you are.
It's got to be it, right?
There's so many game planning situations that just come up, especially as it relates to game management, that you've never encountered before, even if you've spent your entire career in the industry. But I thought you were look, they were still going to lose the game, but it was an outstanding point in real time.
Isaac, there was a point of that game where the Chargers had the ball with 5-ish or so minutes.
Mm-hmm. And they were moving the ball in rhythm.
Every fan of just football was thinking the same thing. Ooh, if they could pop this in the end zone, quick 10-yard gain, 10-yard gain. They were moving the ball, and you're like, if they do this and put 7 on the board.
Now you got a game.
With 2.5, 3 minutes left, they could use their timeouts, maybe get the ball back, and it gets exciting. But they were lollygagging and taking their time to the point where that first drive fell short, and they ran out of time. It was interesting because I respect Harbaugh a lot. And I'm like, not a good moment.
And that was something that Belichick, back during his Patriots days, was huge on because his theory was at the end of Super Bowls, defensive tackles especially wear down because of the long halftime, and that's why in a bunch of those Super Bowls you saw a lot of offense late to the point where he would usually have an extra active defensive lineman for a Super Bowl game when maybe that inactive would be a defensive lineman for a regular season game because of the fatigue involved.
See, I knew you would know, Isaac. I knew it.
Justin Herbert, part of the conversation is he threw for 159 yards, no tutties, no interceptions. He gets away with a lot of criticism. He said in the press conference, he's still figuring it out and trying to figure it out. Why can't he perform in the playoffs? The buzz is, why is it with him that when he does well, everybody praises him, but when he doesn't come through, he sort of avoids the backlash?
I mean, he has as many.
Say good on him for that. I don't know how he does it, but he does.
He has as many postseason touchdowns as Juwan Jennings, right?
And then there's other players that just get criticism all the time, right? So I don't know. You can't help but notice that they couldn't score a touchdown on the Patriots. But props to Drake May, 268 yards, looking good. The team's looking solid. Mike Vrabel, something that made me go home is when he was celebrating at the end of the game with defensive tackle Milton Williams, and they headbutt, and he got that bloody lip. They really focused on that a lot. It's like an embarrassing moment they kept calling out and showing over and over again.
Vrabel's a baller. He's such a dude's dude. He connects with that locker room. But they harped on that a little too much.
Yeah, the bloody lip,
it's
right?
Not like he, cut his eye open.
Look at him, look at him.
Oh, my God, look at the lip.
Oh, look at he's just one of the fellas. Oh, he's loving it. Oh.
Rich, what was that Juwan Jennings stat you just said?
I believe because he has thrown 2 postseason touchdowns, one in the Super Bowl and one yesterday. That
I misheard you. I was about to say, he has more touchdown passes than Herbert. But you're right.
It's not even a joke.
No, I know. I was like, Juwan Jennings is good for something.
You could say it's the way he carries himself or he's just a likable guy. But for whatever reason, he's escaped a lot of criticism that some may say
not for
he
me.
deserves.
I went in on him earlier this season, if you remember, when he went and talked to the reporter after the game.
No one's that hard. Like Trevor Lawrence got a lot more criticism in previous years than Justin Herbert got. Shedeur Sanders is another one that comes up. Like, this guy gets criticized left and right.
I think it's because the team he's on.
Yeah, maybe.
There's usually excuses surrounding the team with injuries and – like Omarion Hampton, your good rookie running back, he never even came back into the game, right? It was
two snaps total.
Yeah.
1 carry, 2 snaps, yeah. And so their running backs a combined 12 carries for 30 yards in a playoff game.
But let's say, you know what, if this was the only weak game, you're right, Rich. There was a moment where you're like, all right, well, maybe they could make it a game, but this was the only one that didn't come down to the final minutes in some really, really great games, and that's when we turn to you to discuss Fox Sports Radio Nation, 877-99 on Fox. I got to say, Rich, major props to your 49ers. The biggest story, obviously, losing Kittle. But, are they really out of it without Kittle?
I mean,
that's
listen.
really the question. It's like, man, if Shanahan's able to pull this off, he's the coach of our lifetime. Because I think there is a way where they could still make it competitive next week.
Last week when Rich went on the rant saying he hates everything Philadelphia Eagles and their fans.
Yeah.
Remember, Rich, you said, as long as I get this win, baby Jesus, we can go ahead and, as the Niners and the fan base, lose the next game, and I'm okay with that as long as we beat the Eagles.
So you got your Super Bowl. He also said that because Dallas Goedert's a nice guy and we've worked with him in the past.
Yeah.
He said, you know what? He's a nice guy. I wish him well. As long as we win.
Yeah,
so you got all your wishes.
I called out a couple of my Eagle
Except
fan
for Kittle.
friends that are good dudes, and Dallas Goedert.
He got his touchdown.
Yeah.
And,
he almost like cost you the game at one point.
One last thing about Herbert, I will give him one thumbs up. He's tough. He got, not just hit. He got
well, he's a big boy.
yeah, he has it 6'4", 225.
We forget how big some of these guys are. Like when I keep hearing it because he's all the buzz this weekend too. Fernando Mendoza, you're thinking he's Cuban, and I'm, not the stereotype, but I'm a Latino guy. He's 6'5", and you're like 6'5". This guy's a monster.
We were talking about Randy Quaid in a chat too, and then you're like, he's 6'5", and I'm like, I thought you were talking about Mendoza, and then Randy Quaid actually is 6'5".
Yeah.
So there's
Herbert,
a funny kind of miscommunication.
We forgot Josh Allen, Herbert. These dudes are huge, bro.
Big boys.
Yeah, they're big
boys.
dudes.
But so I think the final thought on Herbert is that he took some hits that were reminiscent of our childhood, like when a quarterback gets blindsided,
Rich, he's been getting rocked like that all season. That's why Charger fans have been so frustrated with their offensive line.
Now,
actually, Herbert, according to the stats, 6'6", 27 years old. Obviously, I'm just double checking the height because I knew he was bigger than I thought.
maybe he does what you do and add a couple inches.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but that's below the belt.
Let's go.
My height is legit.
Let's go to my 49ers for a second. Again, you posed the question, where does this Cinderella story end for them? And I think Kyle Shanahan, and listen, I know this, I'm a Niners fan, but it is cool to see the rest of the league and everyone talking about how this guy is coaching his ass off. He is
really, Rich. They've gotten this far piecing it together. Why is it going to be any different next week?
Dude, he's playing chess, and Nick Sirianni was playing Candyland. We're talking about different levels. That final sequence when the Eagles were trying to win the game, every analyst was very hard on Nick Sirianni because you saw he ran the same predictable post pattern. There was no Juwan Jennings to McCaffrey trickery involved. It was, for the Eagles, it was a straightforward game plan. And I think that's the biggest question for Eagles fans. You have all this talent. What's the game plan? Sometimes you look at the Eagles and you're like, what are they trying to do?
Yeah, no, it wasn't their year. It never was. But they made it a game. It was still fun, and I was rooting for your 49ers.
When you think about it, it doesn't matter. They got that one Super Bowl last year, and that's more than a lot of fan bases could ever say, right? So
true.
You got to give them props. But this year's team, it seems like other than their outlier year when they did win the Super Bowl, I'm talking about not Nick Foles. I'm talking about the Sirianni, Jalen Hurts team. They've seemed lost in the sauce quite a bit, but they win that one Super Bowl. And to be honest, if you're an Eagles fan, you got to say, what are you going to do? We won a Super Bowl last year. That gives you some leverage for quite some time. But I thought Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh on defense, you got to give him credit. That's a decimated defensive team. What do they want? Danny, what was it like? They're on their practice squad linebackers. Like, they're on linebacker like 8, 9, and 10 for the year or something ridiculous. They're guys are being signed up by the Niners now that haven't played from the practice squad, from other teams that were let go. Like, the Niners are decimated, yet they're finding a way to stay in games.
Your boy who made the game-winning play on defense had only been on the team for a month.
You know, I saw Dan Patrick on an Instagram clip this morning. And
I saw him on commercials during all the big games this weekend.
And I shared this sentiment with DP. When you historically say the name, the phrase and label game manager, it has this negative connotation like you're just sort of moving the game along, like you're not delivering in any spectacular fashion.
You're handing the ball off and occasionally throwing.
You're handing the ball off, quick little simple dump-off passes. You're just sort of managing.
A little play action, like really, really basic offense.
Yeah. He pointed out that the greatest game manager of all time is Tom Brady. And you saw Brock Purdy as a, quote, game manager, but not a game manager in the sense that you look at him like, he just did the simple things. He, quote, managed the game. He knew what needed to be done in the key spots. Purdy delivers.
Managed the clock, managed the plays. You're the coach on the field, essentially, and you do it with poise and confidence. Like, you feel confident with Brock Purdy
When
there.
a big play is needed, Brock Purdy seems to make that big play.
You know who else seems to make that big play? Caleb Williams. We saw a lot of big plays this weekend. What stands out to you? Things that make you go, wild card weekend edition. That fourth down play with Caleb Williams, which, by the way, is it safe to say, take your Homer 49ers game out of it? Because that was a great game. That Bears game was probably the game of the weekend, right? Clearly, hands down.
We're talking about a game that seemed
try to be unbiased.
It seemed out of reach,
right?
And you were like, this game's over.
That comeback was insane, but that fourth down play where he just threw it out there, that was just so, like, did he mean to hit that target, or did he just throw it out there? Because that was insane.
When they showed it from the camera view behind Caleb, it looked like he was leading that receiver near the sideline.
That was great, man.
Just the athleticism on that one particular play.
He's got that magic for sure, and he's showing it when it matters.
And he's got composure too. I feel like Caleb in his post game was almost not too methodical, but I felt like he gave dramatic pauses. He was thought out. He was calm. I feel like
that speech he made about when you look up at the clock, whoever's on top wins the game.
He's very media savvy.
Yeah, he
was
was great.
Media savvy for a young man.
Really, really great. But what a performance, man! Impressive. And he shut up all haters this weekend. If you doubted Caleb Williams' star potential and ability to rise for the occasion, my goodness, what a game for them. That was awesome.
So your thoughts at 877-99 on Fox, the things that made you go,
Things that make you go,
wild card weekend. I would say no one had a better weekend than the Allens. Haley Steinfeld goes to the Golden Globes and debuts a baby bump. Her and Josh are going to be parents.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The same weekend where this guy does a QB sneak that felt like it never ended. Have you ever seen a QB sneak have 9 yards, 10 yards of momentum?
They got to the one, right? That one you're talking about, and then they had to run it again.
Yeah, I mean,
that was awesome.
We're talking about
again, big boy,
He's a big boy. But usually, like, you've seen a QB sneak ahead and that went for 4 to 5 yards.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a QB sneak where I was like, it's oh my god, because you initially were like, dude, that's a touchdown.
No, that was awesome.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and he got hit so hard early on in the game that at one point I was like, man, if they keep getting behind the line of scrimmage and getting to him like this, he's going to have to come off the field.
They talked about it. They're like, yo, he's getting hit. And by the way, can anyone say they had a better weekend than Josh Allen? That's a good one. Because I think all doors are open. Like, all paths lead to him winning this Super Bowl right now. Like, if there's ever a year, and as they say, it wouldn't be a cheap one because he beat all the stars along the way.
Yeah.
The only other quarterback is non-NFL who had a Josh Allen type weekend.
Fernando.
And that's Fernando.
That dude, man. You could hate the Raiders all you want. Like, how do you not like this guy, right?
Cove, let me ask you, when you look at,
I'm saying assuming he's going to be a Raider, Danny G.
When you look at the path to the Super Bowl,
yeah,
I think we could all agree, and I say this with a lot of confidence. I feel like you could say the Tom Brady, Tampa Bay Bucks path to the Super Bowl and winning was arguably the most impressive one we've ever seen, where Tom Brady beat Drew Brees,
Everybody. Mahomes.
Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. Like it was almost his swan song. The fact that he came back was almost like he came back. It was still productive, but that was like the icing, the cherry on top of the Tom Brady career. Like he went on the road and beat all these Hall of Fame type of quarterbacks, and then he ends up beating Mahomes, the next generation him, in the Super Bowl. As far as paths to the Super Bowl that are tough, you could argue some of those giant road dog teams that beat Brady, where they went on the road and won in Green Bay and they won in tough places. That would be on the list.
The only asterisk is it was the COVID year when the attendance on those road games is severely limited.
It's the only rub. But would you argue that, I know it could end, and it probably will in a week, so I'm not getting my hopes up. But could you argue that if Kyle Shanahan's magic, and we all know that Tonjes is a good fill-in for Kittle. He's been solid. He, in fact, caught that game-winning touchdown against the Seahawks in Week 1. If they somehow find a way, and that would mean the Niners would have had to win in Philadelphia, in Seattle, in Chicago, and then they get their homecoming to come back to San Francisco for the Super Bowl, that's a pretty remarkable story for a team that's decimated.
Oh, man, that'd be a crazy story.
I don't think it goes that far. I'm not unrealistic, but if it did.
It goes to show you the coach-quarterback relationship and how important coaching is if it were to happen, because you compared Brock Purdy to Tom Brady before, but what did Brady do? He made ancillary players look great. If Brock Purdy really is that type of player, it doesn't matter if Kittle's out. He'll make anyone else look good.
I mean, the 49ers history, guys, from the 80s and 90s, I get it. There's no underdog vibe for the Niners because we think historically they've had their successes. Montana, Young, Rice, Ronnie Lott, Roger Craig. But realistically, though, guys, there is a vibe that the Niners are a pretty cool underdog story right now with all the injuries and Shanahan and Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy leading the way with McCaffrey, who's just such a
What I thought you were going to say, though, the way you built up that point, I thought you were going to say there's never been a clearer path to the Super Bowl than what's in front of Josh Allen right now. Like, this is his Super Bowl
Some
to
people
win.
have an easier path, yeah.
I think never did he have a better chance than right now to take it all. I think it's sort of a now. Remember that ESPN show we used to host on TV?
Oh, Now or Never?
Yeah, remember Now or Never? It's now or never for Josh Allen. That's the way I see it.
Now, you could argue that Josh Allen has to go to Denver, but if you're Josh Allen and you've battled Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and the likes of, these star players.
This is it. What did Kenny Loggins say? This is it. This is it.
Well, wouldn't you think that Josh Allen, if you told him, hey, listen, to move on, you got to go beat Bo Nix. Not that this is no diss on Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos, but some say that's a soft.
Yeah, Bill's got a.
Some say that's a soft one seed.
That game.
And
really good defense. Their offense is pretty clunky.
So I mean, if Buffalo,
if Josh Allen can rise above that defense, then they do have a chance.
That's the thing, though, with Josh Allen. If anything opens up for that dude, he's always a threat to run. If he really wants to, he could take over a game. I think this is their Super Bowl to win at this point. Not that I'm not saying I don't like your 49ers,
49ers
story, because that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's a good story.
But, Kittle going down doesn't help the story. But, hey, we'll see what Shanahan has up his sleeve. And
it is true he did get a bottle of tequila delivered.
To numb the pain. Yeah. He numbed the pain with Patron, with the tear in his Achilles. So I wish him the best, man. But like he said to his teammates, He's not dead. He's still there to root him on. He'll get back, at least you hope, right? Yeah. So your observations from this wild card weekend, great game tonight. I'm so pumped about that. I saw TJ Watt locked in, walking into the game. Did you see that?
Yep.
He looks pumped. So we'll get you ready for tonight. We'll play Last One Standing, give away prizes. And any observation you made from this weekend in the world of sports, could have been at the Golden Globes, could have been Nikki Glaser, could be anything. Timothy Chalamet, whatever observation you made this weekend, hit us up at 877-99 on Fox. We got more Covino and Rich next.
All right. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL.
Official like Danielle Fishel.
Makes every playoff moment feel bigger. Niners, 7-point dogs on the road in Seattle. Do you like the Niners there? Do you like the Rams? they're favorites in Chicago. That was a surprise to me, a big favorite. So we'll go over all that, and you make your picks. DraftKings has your back with early exit protection. If the player in your eligible NFL prop bet goes down at any point in the first half, you still get paid in cash. Like if you had Kittle, DraftKings hooked you up. They made sure you were fine. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CRSHOW. That's code CRSHOW. You could turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. The Eagles. Rich says, F them to the highest degree.
Yeah, you know what it is? Their fans reminds me of the Yankees in the 90s. I never really hated the team. It's the fans. And the Eagles, my goodness, I'm a Niners fan. This weekend, Eagles fans, Eagles local media, everyone's talking about how, oh man, like this is an easy one.
Well, it's at home, right? So that's advantage Eagles.
I heard some.
But they've been so.
I heard some.
Not convincing. How about that?
I heard some buffoon in Philadelphia saying, "I'm almost too confident in the Eagles. They're going to smother the 49ers."
Well, dude, if the 49ers played like they played last week, I mean, anybody would beat them, but I'm not seeing that against the Eagles.
Saying how the 49ers aren't good enough to move the ball at all against them. Oh, and then on the other side, their defense is terrible. That's exactly what we need to just run the ball down their throat. And Philadelphia Eagles fans and local Philadelphia media have this odd take that they think this weekend's going to be a walk in the park. I'm shocked at the point spread is even 4.5. I feel like this is the bet of the week. Niners getting 4.5. I know they're injured, but week to week, a week ago, we're talking about how the Niners could be a Super Bowl contender, and they lose to Seattle, and now all of a sudden you're off the Niners?
It is in Philly, and the Eagles do have a great defense. That's their key factor.
I'm shocked that it's 4.5, and I'm shocked at the arrogance. Dude, like, Philly's a weak-ass town. Philly's like New York.
Oh, don't you dare. They're one of the best sports towns in all of America,
you know,
so don't
Rich
go that
was
route.
a fan of the city until he had a cheesesteak that gave him a tummy ache. And then ever since then, he's been really down on it.
The only thing good about the city of Philadelphia is Rocky Balboa. Other than that,
I've spent a lot of time in Philly. It's an excellent city. It's got so much history.
Men, bro?
Yeah. What about Boys to Men?
My sister lives like 2 blocks from where they went to school, and they all got together as musicians. So
what about their cream cheese, bro?
Not
what
a
about
fan.
that broken
Really?
bell, the Liberty Bell, bro, with the crack in it?
What about Mike Schmidt?
They even cracked their Liberty Bell.
Phillies and Eagles fans, Philadelphia fans, always chirping loud, always talking smack, always, with that arrogance, even more so than New York fans. I think it's time that Rich steps up on behalf of his 49ers and says, you know what? It's go time, showtime.
I am not a firm believer in the 49ers having what it takes to go all the way. Injuries have taken a toll. Unless Fred Warner comes out like he's, a man on a mission in a week from now. Like
he's Daniel LaRusso?
Like he's Daniel LaRusso's going to fight? Unless Fred Warner pulls a move like that and all of a sudden something just miraculous happens, I think the Niners are limited no matter how talented they are or well coached. Just injuries sometimes take too much of a toll. But let me tell you, I'm not confident that they could get by Seattle, or I'm not even necessarily confident they could go into Chicago and win 2 times against the Bears.
And that's realistic, and that's the point you're making. But you are confident.
But you know what it is?
sometimes you're not going to win. You're not going to win first prize, but you just want to beat someone else. Eliminating the Eagles and the 49ers shutting up all these moronic Philly fans and all these jabronis with cheese whiz dripping down their cheek on their fat ass belly,
dripping down their mustache.
Yeah, I mean that fan base deserves nothing more than misery this weekend.
Wow.
So I say to you, Philadelphia,
you sure you want
Eagles
to pick
fans,
a fight with the most rowdiest fans? The most rowdiest.
The most.
Yeah. You sure you want to go there?
I don't think. Bunch of doofuses.
Wow. Doofy is the plural.
You know how Philadelphia fans are whack?
Please tell me, because I can't wait till they attack you on social media.
When I would go to a Phillies game, I wouldn't feel comfortable putting my jersey on until I left my car, because they're the type of people that would slash your tire.
And take pride in it.
That's
the difference. Yeah, they're not the only ones. They take pride in it.
I mean, people love to talk. People
great.
love to.
That's great home field advantage.
People, Danny G, that is great. Don't wear a jersey to our stadium. We'll slash your tires.
Brock Purdy didn't make it to the game. No, they slashed his tires.
I feel like they kidnapped him. I think we love to refer to that game before I think we were all even born, throwing snowballs at Santa Claus.
Oh, that was the one.
That's like the least of their offense. Like, they throw batteries. They're terrible. Like, the Philadelphia fans are awful. And
I think the word is passionate.
No, awful's the word.
It's like that ESPN TV show we used to host, Now or Never.
Now or Never.
I think it's now or never more than ever for Josh Allen. It's now or never for this dude. It's his chance. And you know what? No shade, no hate whatsoever on Trevor Lawrence. I think he had a hell of a season. I don't think that interception was on him at all. I think he threw a dart perfectly. Maybe it was in too much traffic for the moment, but I still think he played a great game. He had a great season, and that's why the Bills are the team to beat right now, in my opinion. But, Rich, you know what? I'm rooting for your 49ers, man. That would be cool.
You told me off there. You're like, I really like Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy's awesome.
He's likable, right? I mean, I don't want to sound like a homer,
How
but
could you not like him?
Likable
you
kid,
think
man.
There's people hating on Brock Purdy? He's not a hateable guy. 877-99 on Fox. We do this every Monday after football, but what a wild card weekend. Like Danny G was saying off the air, every game except for one came down to the last play.
Yeah, that was the sentiment. Everyone's saying like the score changes and everything was down to that last possession, except for like I said to Sam, there's that meme where it's like 5 soldiers, 4 in fatigues with guns, and there's one clown mixed in. And the clown they said was Chargers, Patriots.
That's so true. And by the way, off the air, that's what I was telling Rich too. That's why I just want to lay there and enjoy the game sometimes. But I bet you I wasn't the only guy this weekend where his wife or girlfriend was like, "We got to take down the Christmas decorations."
Well, do that during the Chargers Patriots.
The games are on.
Just throw it in the fireplace and burn it.
Leave me alone. Oh. So anyway, it was a fun weekend of taking down the decorations.
Well, you're the first person to say that when your team is in your team is in a stressful game. I feel like my house was ridiculously clean after that Niners Eagles game.
But that's your team, right?
Yeah,
I don't have dogs in the race. I'm able to watch unbiased, just as a fan and enjoy that. When I'm in that mode, don't bother me.
Yeah, unless Tommy DeVito is on the field, then you're biased.
That's my guy.
Really quick, I wanted to ask you, Rich, on Friday when we played the game Brainwave, one of the questions I asked was, which was the most intriguing matchup out of the Niners, Eagles, Chicago, of course.
Yeah.
And we were arguing over the Jags-Bills game, over those 3 games. And I said, no, it's Chicago it's Green Bay because of the rivalry.
Well, it was, man.
I'll tell you. They were all equally – they all delivered. They were all last minute. Those 3 games, Danny, you nailed it. They were all perfect, right? But that Bears-Packers game, what happened was it's a little delusional in that the fourth quarter was so good.
The kiddos say Delulu.
But it was a little Delulu.
I said the kiddos, not the old guys.
Lululemon?
Yeah. No, don't worry. It's Rismas every day around here. I think that game stunk until the fourth quarter.
Did you have a feeling at halftime? Did you not have a feeling at halftime?
When they iced the kicker and he then missed it, and I'm like, oh, okay, look at that. The Bears iced the kicker, and he missed the second attempt. I was like, okay, that's a missed field goal. When they missed that extra point, at one point, there were moments, but
everything
Danny,
counts.
The fourth quarter might have been the most exciting thing of the weekend.
Yeah.
But up until the fourth quarter, my wife's a Packers fan, and when it was 21-6, I hate to say this, she was like, hey, I'm going to go lay with our son Ben. He was a little irritable. And
Couldn't Ben wait?
And she's like, yeah, the game's – and we didn't say the game's over, but like, this game sort of stinks. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. That fourth quarter was insane.
That
a
Bears
Packers
win was
fan would
amazing.
not want to watch it, though. But you know what? Your thoughts, will take all your feedback as we do it live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Your next success, by the way, could start sooner than you think. Apply now and save with no application through February 11th. University of Maryland Global Campus. This new year, put your goals within reach at an accredited state university. Learn more at umgc.edu.
And question of the day.
What's that?
Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets?
I hope not.
It's not. Switch to life-changing, wet, extra-large, flushable Dude Wipes.
Dude Wipes.
Because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes. Best clean, pants down.
All right, Danny, you said one of our calls is a Bears fan. Let's go to that guy first. Who is it?
It's Tony in Oregon.
Yo, Tony, you must have been fired up, grating
Sick
cheese
game.
everywhere. What's up, bud?
Dude, that was just awesome, just absolutely awesome. Yes, on cloud nine. You know, in week 2, I called in. I was pretty critical of the team because preseason they got off to a hot start, and then after week 2, it was just like, what the hell's going on there? I'm glad they listened to me. Kidding. It reminds me of the turnaround as a Trailblazer fan when Brandon Roy and Nate McMillan, turned things around from the Trailblazers for the Jailblazers era. The turnaround in Chicago. It's just friggin' awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Everybody knows Caleb Williams is talented. But it went from, he's a star, he's talented, to like generational talent.
Al Michaels,
that's the tune, that's the tone. When you're seeing what he's capable of in big moments. Look, you got to show us what you do in big moments to really, deliver and prove that. And that's what he did.
Al Michaels pointed out that he's done over 30 games at Soldier Field and said that crowd was louder.
Awesome.
Than he's ever heard.
It's fun to see.
I don't know if it was his hearing aid that was adjusted. He's 80-something, right? But, I love Al Michaels, and he said that place was popping.
I'm telling him you said that.
That fan base, you can tell him he's my favorite, too. That fan base was thirsty for this, and they got it, and you know what? They deserved it.
Really fun to see.
What's up, Sam?
First playoff win for them in 15 years.
Yep.
This was the first time that the Bears beat the Packers in the playoffs since 1941, so let that sink in.
Jeez.
So it's like a lot of the times it's the Packers who are doing the winning over the Bears.
And the biggest comeback win.
Biggest comeback
in
win.
that moment. Yeah,
But it's usually the Packers. Like the Packers won the Super Bowl 15 years ago, or I guess it was the 2010 season going to 2011, by beating the Bears to get into the playoffs and then beating the Bears in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a lot of bad taste in the mouth for Bears fans, especially regarding the Packers.
It was a
in the
bad
playoffs.
start too. Let's not forget how great of a comeback that was. They started pretty crappy in that game. And I remember Caleb Williams throwing this really weird pass to nobody. Do you remember that? And he got so fired up. I think that really set the tone after that. You're like, this dude is mad. I don't know if he's mad at himself, if he's mad at a bad pattern, at his receiver, at the coaching, at the call. I don't know. But
just his body language on the sideline, throwing helmets and screaming. And then
they fed off that, I think.
And then the play where he just backpedaled and it was just a normal kind of drop back after throwing a pass. And he twisted his ankle. And he got super furious about that because,
Yeah, he was very animated and it was noticeable. Look, there's a lot at stake, so it makes sense. But it's cool to see him in those type of moments, right?
Well, if you're a Packers fan, how do you assess that? Like, we let it slip away, or Matt LaFleur didn't make adjustments in the second half? Like, in the beginning of that game, Sam, you're a Packers guy.
Yeah.
They made the point on the telecast that It's the team that scored 3 touchdowns on its first 3 drives. Not many teams have done that, I believe, in playoff history. They were rolling.
They were rolling, but the team that you saw in the second half was sort of like the Packers turning into a pumpkin. They were coming off 4.
And the Bears made adjustments.
The Bears made adjustments. Like, they couldn't run the ball. Jordan Love was running for his life. This was a team that lost 4 games going into the postseason. This was like you look at the Packers in the first half. You're like, wow, they're at their best all of a sudden. They have had injuries all year. They've had Jordan Love had a concussion, and then the second half you're like, oh, okay, this is the team that lost 4 to go into the postseason. I expected the Bears to win, but for them to come back like that made it more painful as a Packer fan.
No, what made it more painful was when Ben Johnson drop kicked the floor. Did you see that clip?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Some good AI out
that was
there,
real, right?
Yeah.
By the way, there was a clip floating around of Ben Johnson like karate kicking the floor after the game, and it went viral. But it was a really funny one. I'm sick of AI, and I'm sick of all those clips, but that one was pretty funny.
Well, in the locker room, Ben Johnson gave out 3 game balls, and one was to his defense, and he said that's why we were able to come back in the second half, because the D stepped up, especially Sweat, around Jordan Love for the entire second half of the game. And as much as Caleb Williams is getting praised today, it's that Chicago defense that allowed them to get back into that game.
How about when Sweat tracked him down? You never gave up and then blocked that throw? That was insane, dude. Yeah, he was a great example of just never quitting in the end, and it was really cool to see. So your thoughts, we'll wrap it up.
Well,
Wild card weekend.
Much like Ben Johnson, I'm going to give out my 3 game balls.
Go ahead.
That's
a good one.
After we give out a little update with ILO. Isaac Lowenkron, what's going on, buddy?
Isaac.
Fresh NFL news, fellas. Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott announced a short time ago receiver Gabe Davis tore the ACL in his left knee in yesterday's win at Jacksonville. However, Bills defensive tackle Ed Oliver will be designated for return from injured reserve this week. The Atlanta Falcons announced that they've interviewed former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh for their head coaching job. Harbaugh's first interview since being fired by the Ravens last Tuesday. Today, Green Bay Packers linebacker Micah Parsons gave head coach Matt LaFleur a vote of confidence.
You hold your head up, all right?
Oops, sorry. Sorry, guys, wrong button there. Let's try that again.
I've had my fair share of coaches and people around this league that I've been around, and Matt's one of the best guys and people. Like, as a person, I've been around since I've been in this league. I reached out to him when I started seeing this, and I said, man, when I agreed to come here, like, you were part of the reason why I came here. I want you a part of this, and, I love you, and, I think you're a great coach, and, he appreciated those words, and we had a brief conversation, but Matt is, I think he's a great guy.
Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts today, however, was non-committal about offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. Former Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel interviewing today with the Browns and Falcons for their head coaching jobs. Finally, the NBA today fined Jaylen Brown of the Celtics $35,000 for public criticism of the officiating. Guys!
No! Thank you, Isaac Lowenkron. My 3 game balls. I'm going to pull a Ben Johnson. Next, I'm going to tell you who I think the 3 MVPs.
I think I know who 2 of them are.
Okay, well,
Third one, I don't know.
Third one, we'll do that next, right here, Covino Rich on Fox Sports Radio.
Now it all comes down to this: one game, the best of the best, playing for all the Tostitos, for the Lombardi. So if you're watching at home, watch it like it matters on the TCL Ultimate Series, the QM8K or the QM9K.
This is Super Bowl football. Bright lights, fast cuts, big hits, bigger debates. Was he in? Did the ball move? Did he cross the goal line? TCL brings the ultimate brightness and black levels, so the picture stays perfectly clean from kickoff to the final drive.
It's so clear you can almost smell the fresh cut grass. You see the ball spin on a deep shot, the toe drag on the sideline, no blur, no hold up, run it back.
Yep.
And go big. The Ultimate Series is available in a massive 98-inch class, so every seat's a great seat, not just the people in the middle.
98 inches? If you can't be in the stadium, TCL Ultimate Series is the next best seat. Available at all major retailers. TCL, the official TV partner of the NFL, here for Super Bowl 60. Dan Beyer and Monse Bolaños filled in for us a couple days. I invited all you ass clowns. I said, do you guys want to watch the 49ers Seahawks? I'll order food on me. Let's go. And apparently Dan Beyer talked about this on our show when he was filling in. Take a listen.
Rich says, guys, Saturday night, Seahawks 49ers, my place, 5:30. Come on over, watch the game. Dan, there's going to be a Seahawks fan here. Come on by. There's no way that I would be able to go to that party.
Absolutely not.
It is. I am not going into a 49ers house. I also am, I want to watch the game by myself sort of guy. So even though there would be another Seahawks fan there, there's no way that I could go over to this party. I appreciate the invite, and I think Rich is all welcoming. I can't believe Rich is going to have another Seahawks fan at his house for a get-together. I would not have blamed him for not inviting me, but Monty, there is no way that I would want to watch the game with someone else or multiple other people who are probably closer to Rich that are saying, well, I want the 49ers. That's Rich's team. There's no way I'd be watching that game with them on Saturday night.
And he responded with that respectful.
Yeah,
that's sort of what he said in the group message.
He texted me like, respectfully, I'd rather watch the game with anyone on the planet other than you.
Can't do it.
And you know what? I don't want to
And
talk
he said, thanks for the invite, but I can't.
I don't want to talk out of both sides of my mouth. I just know that Dan's a respectful fan. So I feel like I could have watched it with Dan. Like our buddy Wes in Vegas watched the game with us. He's a Seahawks fan, and it was respectful. I've told one of my Eagle fan friends, remember our buddy Steve? We have an Eagles fan who I told, like, yeah, I don't want to watch you because you're going to bother me. And he said I was a big wuss, and he got all mad about it. Because remember, I had the stance, and I blamed it on my kids. Like, yeah, you're going to upset my kids.
Yeah, that was a weird sort of way to
I was like, yeah, my kids are all pumped.
No.
My kids are all pumped to watch a game. I don't want, my kids don't get it. You'll be rooting against the team we want. I'm like,
you should have just told them no. I don't know. For you to blame it on your kids, that is weird. But, yeah, I think you assess the situation. The Eagles fan that Rich talks about, I could see him being annoying during the game.
He's obnoxious.
I don't see Rich and Dan and our buddy Wes being obnoxious with each other. You have to know the company. But I actually agree with Dan Beyer here. I'm surprised that you invited a Seahawks fan, multiple Seahawks fans. They were nice ones, though. I understand your thinking. But I'm with Dan. Like, big games like this, I don't want any distractions and any people bothering me. I actually see his point, and I think he bowed out respectfully, and I think he did it the right way.
He did it. Listen, I respect it, but if you want to chime in, we'll take your feedback. We're going to play a game next, but if you want to chime in, at Covino and Rich.
Watching the big game alone or with mixed company is really what it comes down to. It's not even alone.
I think the mixed company is the part of it, meaning I think if you're like Covino, one time
he did say alone, though.
You and I watched a Yankees playoff game once. I'm not a Yankees fan, but I was, I'm a Mets fan, so I had no horse in the race. But there was a big Red Sox-Yankees game, and I remember someone brought a Red Sox fan.
It was my sister's boyfriend, Luis, at the time.
Yeah, but
he came in there with a Red Sox jersey, ruined the whole vibe. I wanted to karate kick him in the chest, and I liked the kid, but he started rooting for the Red Sox and
in your
being
house.
a jerk about it in our house, and it's a house full of Yankees fans. And he sort of leaned into that fun, and it was maybe fun for him, but it wasn't like fun for anybody else.
I told you about a year. Do you remember when the 49ers beat the Lions in the NFC Championship a couple years ago? One of the moms at the school was over the house. Like, we invited some of the parents over, and this woman who had no love of the Lions, she was just rooting for the Lions because she was like, yeah, I guess I want to root for them. I'm like, yeah, but you're in a Niners fan house? So when she was like, yeah, Jared Goff, I told my wife, shut her up or tell her to leave our home.
Yeah, zip it there, Zippy. Especially when you're watching there. Like, if you're really invested, you're watching really tight. You're tight. And even though that person...
easily perturbed.
Yeah, that person may be playful in the moment or whatever, but like that's not the time or place when you're on the edge of your seat, all tight like that.
When your team fails to hold the other team on like 3rd and 12,
you blew it. We're Blue Boys, the Blue Brothers.
You're the Blue Man Group.
Yeah, we are. On a Blue Monday.
Coincidentally, we're both wearing navy blue, so we blend in with the Fox Sports Radio logo and with each other.
A couple of floating heads over there.
I know. I hate that. I hate when Rich is swagger jacking, trying to bite my steez.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
I want to be like you.
He's a Steve Steeler.
I want to be like you. I would.
Steeler.
Yeah,
I want to be like you. I would get a gold chain, earrings, and dress like a Jersey Shore cast-off.
You know what? You can't, though, because you can't pull it off. Some people just got it. Some people don't.
What do you think? You're Cam Newton? This guy would wear a funny hat tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I can. Yeah. I will wear a funny hat like Cam Newton. Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studios out here in Los Angeles and Sherman Oaks, and it's time for our Tire Rack play of the day. Rich's 49ers live to see another round.
Yes. They back out. Hurts shotgun snap. Hurts steps up middle. Knocked away by Eric Kendricks. The 49ers take over on downs. Do you believe in this team? What a play. The defense asked time and time again. 2 interceptions thrown by the 49ers. George Kittle's devastating injury in the second quarter, and now the offense comes out on the field, and they can put this thing away here in Philly.
Oh, that was around the time when I told my kids and wife, I'm like, everyone, put down your phone, put down your iPad, look here, and I need all of you to be like, stop them, stop them. We all have our little things we say, right, Danny? Do you have, like, we do on a big play?
Oh, my family, they do the X.
The X
with their arms.
You know what I say? Hom num shavai, hom num shavai, hom num shavai, hom num shavai.
I always say it in this town. I go, stop them, stop them. And, hey, they stopped them because of Nick Sirianni's what seemed to be Pop Warner League schemes where they just ran the same little post routes. Hey, our benefit. So that was courtesy of KNBR 49ers Radio Network. That was our Tire Rack play of the day. And for over 40 years, our good friends at Tire Rack, they've been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection, convenient options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Tire Rack. Thank you, Tire Rack, and thank you to all the affiliates and everybody hanging out with us.
Even our Philadelphia affiliate. I was hard on you last week.
It's all in good fun.
Yeah,
Don't apologize or take it back.
Now you're going to start kissing the gambler's butt.
Don't be kissing ass.
It's a gambler in Philly, my favorite
It's
affiliate.
the culture, dude.
Yeah.
You know, you just talk a little smack. I think people can handle it. It's all fun. Sports. It's all good. The Eagles
I just don't want to go to Philly, order a cheesesteak, and someone wipe the bun on their ass cheeks.
Nah, man, you're good. You're good. But you know what? We didn't even get to like one of your biggest observations of the weekend, Rich. We talked about all the games, some of the observations. Great games, by the way.
Maybe I'm about to talk about.
But you know what I always say. Tamales y females. Female reporter got some criticism.
Well, I was going to say, I said I had game balls to give out.
And we're going to get to it after Rich's game balls. I know 2 of them.
Game ball number 1 goes to Kyle.
I was thinking you were going to do that.
Not Shanahan.
Oh.
Juszczyk.
Oh.
This guy wants the ball. He blocks. He sets up plays.
Yeah.
He's a fullback that could catch 5 to 6 passes a game if you needed him to.
A little underappreciated too, yeah.
And I think more people know about Kyle Juszczyk because his wife designs cool NFL gear. This guy's a Pro Bowler every year. Very few fullbacks, legit fullbacks in the National Football League. And this guy comes up key. He's such a good dude and a great player. So game ball number 1 goes to Kyle. Shanahan's the obvious one. I'm talking about Kyle Juszczyk, fullback of the 49ers.
I like it.
Game ball number 2 goes to Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
You mean supervillain Tom Brady?
Tom Brady, 2 things he did. Number 1, I'm falling in love with the Tom Brady call that people are saying it's starting to grow on them. When a big play is unfolding, Tom Brady does this, he does the double O every time a big play is about to unfold, like during the Juwan Jennings touchdown to McCaffrey.
There's online social media speculation that if you really look at him in the booth, he's morphing into like a supervillain with his whole getup and the one leather glove and his face and everything.
But Tom Brady, not only does he have the fun call of like he gets pumped, and when he showed everyone what it was like to throw a football into the wind.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was some good insight.
Yeah, that went viral over the weekend.
That's like when you see like a guy like A-Rod get in the batter's box and, be like, and give you some pure insider tips where you're like, oh my God, of course, only A-Rod can tell you that.
You're wasting your game ball on Tom Brady like he needs it. Let's hear it. Go ahead.
Tom Brady gets game ball number 2 because he showed us all how to throw a football into the wind. And the third one is worthy of a discussion. So we're going to talk about a woman that I think deserves the 3rd game ball next, right here on FSR.
Nice.
To me, those balls are perfect.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event
You
during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott announced this afternoon that receiver Gabe Davis tore his ACL in yesterday's win at Jacksonville. Bills defensive tackle Ed Oliver will be designated for return from injured reserve this week. The Atlanta Falcons announced that they've interviewed former Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh for their head coaching job. It was Harbaugh's first interview since being fired by the Ravens last Tuesday. Green Bay Packers linebacker Micah Parsons gave head coach Matt LaFleur a vote of confidence today. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, however, was non-committal about offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. Former Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel is interviewing today with the Cleveland Browns and Atlanta Falcons for their head coaching jobs. The NBA today fined Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics $35,000 for public criticism of the officiating. In the NHL, the Columbus Blue Jackets today fired head coach Dean Evison. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Yeah!
Oh.
Woohoo!
Hey!
Hope you enjoyed your wild card weekend. I hope it was extra wild. Hope you enjoyed your Golden Globes. Shout out to Nikki Glazer, by the way. She makes me go, She makes me go, I just love her story of underdog comedian who can't find a date, and now she's America's sweetheart, slaying it on the biggest stage. And we used to work with her at SiriusXM and have her on the show. She's always super cool. It's great to see her success. Hope you enjoyed your Golden Globes.
I don't know anyone that watched it, but hey, hopefully you enjoyed it.
Same. I hope all your favorite movies won. Hope all your favorite teams won. And thanks for being here on CNR. Let's rock out. Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Show sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA. And right now, use promo code CR Show to claim your special offers at DraftKings. Again, that's promo code CRSHOW for Covino and Rich Show. CR Show at DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Would you believe only 8 listeners remain? We did the college football bracket at foxsportsradio.com. Only 8 people are perfect, and one lucky winner going to win $1,000. Leading the host standings, Kerry Rhodes and Andy Furman, who each made only one incorrect pick. I think I've made every incorrect pick.
Nice.
Visit foxsportsradio.com to check the leaderboard. I was giving out my game balls like I was Ben Johnson. 3 game balls, and I said game ball number 1 goes to Kyle. Not Shanahan. Juice. Kyle Juszczyk. The guy does everything you could possibly want.
No, you.
A player to do for your team. He blocks. He catches passes. He's tough. He is.
He's sort of an unsung hero.
Yeah, and he stepped up when it mattered.
Yeah.
Game ball number 2, I said, Tom Brady's growing on us all. I like his reactions to big plays. I like how he showed us how to throw football into the wind. So when you're, throwing the ball around with your kiddo, you could pass that Tom Brady fun fact along. And who doesn't love Tom Brady? Well, a lot of people don't love Tom Brady. I love Tom Brady. I think he's great. So I enjoyed watching Tom Brady just give that little insight. Like I said,
Not
it reminds
to be
me.
overly critical because he's a handsome devil. He really is. What a guy. What a guy. But really, when you look at his whole getup, look at his getup from this past weekend. Look at his outfit. Look at his face. Look at his gloves.
Yep.
Just look at the whole getup. You're like, he is a supervillain. Look at this guy.
Yeah, in the week before, the turtleneck, remember?
Yeah.
He's
Please
like a Bond villain.
Yeah,
You know,
yes.
He
Please
should
look at
have taken Aaron Andrews out as his date, and then they'd be perfect like villains in her fur coat.
Yeah, seriously.
She was looking glamorous.
Both of them. But props. I'm not hating. I'm just stating. I think he's great.
Some people might have thought my third game ball was Aaron Andrews' coat, so I'm glad you said that. Sam, it's not. It's not.
Oh, okay. Dang.
I
really thought that.
The third MVP that gets a game ball from me over the weekend, that reporter in Jacksonville, Lynn Jones.
You call her Dr. Jones.
Let me tell you. I heard this, and my first thought was, this is really sweet and nice. Come to find out,
Did you think, aw?
Come to find out this controversy. If you don't know what we're talking about, after the game, Liam Cohen's up there. Obviously, he's bummed out. The Jacksonville Jags, in his rookie campaign, were picked by many to maybe go the distance. The Jags were hot.
They said it throughout the game. Whoever wins this game could win it all.
Yeah,
and I believed that. They were so close to winning, which means they really could have won it all. They had a really solid team and a solid season.
Yeah, and you know what? I hope whoever wins that game, being the Bills now, at least takes it and runs with it a little bit. Like, you would hate to see the winner of that battle, go down to Denver, which I hate to say this. My brother is a Broncos fan. I have a lot of friends that are Broncos fans.
My man.
I think our buddy Don likes the Broncos. I think that record's a little
rail, my man.
We have bosses that love the Broncos.
I think the Broncos 14-3 is a little inflated. But what do I know? But listen to Lynn Jones addressing Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen.
I want to tell you, congratulations on your success, young man.
Thank
you. Hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
Thank
you. And you did a great job out there today.
Appreciate
so you
it.
just hold your head up, okay?
Thank
and
you,
ladies
ma'am.
and gentlemen, Duval, you the one, all
Thank
right?
you, ma'am.
keep it going. We got another season, okay?
I appreciate
Take
it.
care and much continued success to you and the entire team.
Thank you, ma'am.
How
so sweet. And
How
his
can
face
a-
lit up, because you could see how sad and defeated he
But
looked.
but here's the thing: in a world where like if you could say, you know what I really love? Really love some pizza, and when my wife beep, and there'll be one guy that's like, well, I don't really like that. You're like, there's someone that'll be a contrarian for everything. I heard this woman speak to Coach Duval, and my first thought was, this is beautiful. How could anyone have a problem with it? And then I go on social media. It's a bunch of idiots like Iowa Sam that are like, I don't know.
I didn't. What do you mean?
Sam, you
just
don't
putting-
like this?
You're just
It's
putting
just
words out
kindness.
of my mouth.
Kindness
During
never-
the break,
kindness
you
never
said
goes out of style.
You said,
man.
I don't
Oh,
agree.
you're
but I don't have
trying
the-
to lure me in here.
Yes, you said I don't have the energy, but I disagree.
What'd you say about Coach Duval?
No, here's the deal. I just thought maybe it went a little too long. Maybe like she could have just stopped it like at 10 seconds in. Like, hey, keep it
Right.
nice.
In a world of
It just
trolls
kinda
and
kept
haters,
going
isn't
and going.
it nice just to be nice? I
Yeah,
got
but
no
it's
issue
not
with it.
really her job to console the coach. Like, it's fine, but
guess what, Sam? You know why no one cares about old reporters anymore? Why do you think shows like ours are growing? Why do you think Pat McAfee's as big as he is? Why do you think Barstool is what it is? Because people like their sports information in a different way
Without
now.
sleeves?
They don't.
you
they
mean
don't want,
without like integrity or anything? Like the people that are giving us their information now.
Honestly,
Shots fired.
I'm sorry,
Pat
but like I'd rather
McAfee.
I do trust old school news reporters more than
Why?
like
Because they got
because
mustaches?
Twitter Twitter is really known for its truth and reality.
I mean, truthfully, Sam.
Sam-
Yeah,
Sam-
I'm getting my
no one
information from Pat McAfee.
Sam
Great.
follows
It's
Pat
great. I'm sure it's
Callahan.
vetted.
Yeah, but Sam.
But there's nothing wrong with kindness, dude. That's
But
as
we're
far
talking
as
about
I'll
two
take it.
different
Sam,
things
the
here. I'm
people
just
that, the
yeah.
people that you probably
I didn't have a problem with it.
but no one cares.
It was
about,
like your aunt. It was like your aunt patting you on the back and saying you had a
remember
nice
the show-
game.
remember
That was
the show
nice. It was
Around
fine.
remember the show Around the Horn?
Of course.
And they would
Yeah,
have
it's
random old
yeah.
school reporters on. Guess why that show's not on anymore?
Well, it was on for like 26 years.
No one cares anymore.
Okay, it's also I don't think people are watching afternoon programming on ESPN4. So
Sam, do you know? I mean, Sam, you present like you're 75, but you're in your 30s, right?
No, I am a mix of old soul and young man.
You don't even have an Instagram page.
So that's a part of the old soul portion.
When he says old soul, he wears Rockport shoes, just so you know.
old soul, hard
No,
soul.
Wow, what a great double entendre.
Yeah.
I actually do own a pair of Rockports.
I mean,
From
dude,
Kohl's.
Sam, honestly, Sam, you're like making my point for me without even trying.
Listen,
No one cares about traditional.
Sam
old,
wears Nike Monarchs.
No one cares about the traditional old reporter anymore. It's a stale game.
Well,
like when you follow your local team, those old reporters, no one cares. I'm telling you, it's like people consume their sports fun in a different way now, and I think anyone that's like,
What is it too biased? Is that what's rubbing people
what's
the wrong way?
what's rubbing your butt?
No,
the wrong way?
I think actually, like we talked about this during the last show, and Isaac, you were on the show. There's too many people in those press rooms that are all just about themselves and their brand. Those old school reporters, maybe they do have a little homerism in them, but they are there on the beat every day. Like that, we established that Lynn Jones was
They're
not.
lucky they have a job.
She was not a beat reporter for the Jags, but she was there covering the Jags.
Guys, I made this point on the previous show that I have absolutely no problem with what Lynn Jones did because it came from a good place.
Right.
I feel
is there an integrity line? Like you've done this is your world.
My
Lowen
point
Cron?
is, and the people you talked about are people who don't get it. Professionalism, credibility, and fun and humor don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can be professional and credible and still have fun at the same time. It doesn't have to be either or. I think all the anger in the sports media is being misdirected at her for this, when the bigger problem is there are people who go too far to the extreme. They're there completely to take selfies and to get on TV by asking stupid questions at press conferences and
Clickbait.
to be
I want
clickbait.
answers.
And I think
gotcha moments.
I think the term is jock sniffing, just to be around these athletes for their own clout socially. I think that's
the
what
access. The access is so intoxicating.
Yeah. Wait, so what Lone Crown is saying here is you could still have integrity and be credible, but still be kind.
Kind and have fun and have humor.
I'm on her side. I don't think you understand. Like, I'm on her side.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that aren't.
But it just went a little too far. I think it was just a little bit too much like.
But she was a sweet
Sure,
woman
that's
saying
sweet.
some kind words. I'm just saying I can't.
And you
fathom.
know what though? He is a young man who had a good season.
I can't
It's coming
fathom-
from a different perspective.
But I can't
too.
fathom why when I heard that there was like pushback, I thought it was a joke at first. I'm like, who could possibly not like these kind words from this woman?
Because it came from a good place, not a, hey, look at me while I take a selfie and live tweet this.
Right. And it's not a gotcha sort of moment.
Okay, but like
Sports
again,
don't need
it's not
credibility,
You don't need to
Sam.
like console people up there like as if his house just burned down. Like it's sports. Like it's like
Sam, you can't-
keep your head up.
you
It's
can't-
fine.
you can't in
like
one
he's
breath-
doing fine. He's doing fine. I assure you.
You can't in one breath say it's just sports and then make it seem like credible reporting is the only sports you'll consume. Like, which is it?
Well, I do trust someone more so like working for like an outlet. That,
like a Scoops Callahan.
Well, no,
But why
that person isn't that person. Well, because they are there. Like we know how much beat reporters make. They don't make a lot of
He
money.
wants like a Bert Sugar type with an
No,
old
there's
reporter
people-
hat, like in a notepad, like Scoops Callahan here
There's people that
for the Daily Noodle.
that don't
scene.
know anything about journalistic integrity, and they're getting credentials as well, and they're the ones who I think are kind of muddying. They're kind of poisoning
what
the well.
gives, Coach Duval? Give me the scoop, see? Yeah. He wants the old school beat writer. You know what? This is all coming from, I know where Rich's heart is coming from. We used to work with a bunch of old school newspaper dudes, and they were rude and mean to us, and that's the truth.
There was a show called Daily News Live on SNY.
This is really the root of where Rich's side is coming from.
There was a show called Daily News Live on SNY, and it was a bunch of old, gray hair, mustache, suit wearing, round
Who
table
were
sports
mean
reporters.
to us.
And
That's
their
the
show-
truth.
And
Yeah, I
were
know
mean-
they can get kind of territorial.
Would you mind naming names? Seriously.
Yeah, Joe Badingo.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, they weren't
really
kind. Put it that way. You
Who
know,
else?
but you know what? Looking back,
Who's the gray hair
do
guy?
you
Was kind of
blame
nice.
them? Like here we are, two idiots walking in, way ahead of the trend that is lifestyle and fun with sports today. Right? We're on TV, walking into their world, like, hey, telling fart jokes,
but you know
and
what?
having fun with it.
But you know what?
I don't blame them as old veterans to not really
they're-
like us or
and-
get us. How about
Yeah,
that?
but guess what? Their show got canceled because no one cared anymore.
But again, you could see the contrast, right? To be fair, like so, you know, when you were sort of mean mugged and judged from that perspective, you could see where we're coming from. Like, there's room for both, guys. You could have your credible mustached reporters with their little notepads and typewriters. You could have that. There's a place for that. But you know what? Sports is fun, and there's a place for us. And there's a place for fun and kindness that Lynn Jones expressed this weekend. I have no issues with it at all.
And also, I think you guys would go about something like this in the right way. For example, if you guys went out to quote unquote cover a game or do interviews at a game, I think you would handle it the right way. I would think you would kind of hang back while everybody's on deadline, and then maybe you'd find a player who wasn't being interviewed and none of the other reporters were there, and you'd have your fun with them. Yeah. You would do your stuff, but you do it in a respectful way to everybody else.
I'm just always fascinated how people like the sports fan is a beer drinking, fun loving, hanging with their buddies, busting balls, doing all this. Meanwhile, like
face painted beer helmet,
they're painting
guy.
their face. They're the average sports fan is in such a casual mode, yet it's like you need a guy with a mustache and a tie to tell you like the injury report or something. Like, I don't know. To me, it's like it's such an old school way to think, and you're realizing why the biggest shows on all the networks. Look at all the networks. What are the shows that are growing the fastest?
I think the ones
that
that
are
accept
more
both are the ones that are going to win.
The ones that
conversational and laid back.
Conversational.
Because you can still be professional, you can still be credible, and you can still have fun making armpit noises and putting a whoopee cushion on Covino's chair.
You know who still brought in as guests are the people that do it like professionally. Your Andy Staples, your Pete Thamels, your Pat Forties. Those are the people that are those.
Yeah, but today's
you
sports
should know
fan,
who all those guys are.
Today's sports
I don't
fan
know any of those
doesn't
guys.
want to.
That's on you.
Today's sports
Who are
fan
they?
doesn't
Are
want to
they
be talked
They're
down
writers.
to.
They're writers. They
For
work
who?
for Sports Illustrated, for Yahoo. They're different.
Sports Illustrated still prints?
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that they're
But
professionals who have been in it a long
You
time.
get the football phone too, Sam?
They're still looked at as the people that you should go to for
No,
like
I go
the
to
correct
I go to
information.
Diana Rossini because she hangs out with the team and those people.
She's in that boat as well.
Kay Adams because she's hot.
Kay Adams because she's hot and
Rich
cool
goes
and
to all
smart.
hot female reporters.
I would say, to be honest, the access that A-list players and coaches and sports people get are more the fun types than the quote-unquote serious traditional types. I would also say that most good reporters, they don't bother with press conferences anymore. The best stories are found kind of off to the side with coordinators and assistant coaches. That's where you get the real scoops and the bench players. But getting back to it, if you look at Aaron Rodgers and his weekly appearances. They are going for the exclusive interviews with, frankly, guys like you.
Yeah. And you know what? Look, I think you're going back and forth on where broadcasting and reporting should be. I think there's room for both. You need credible, you need fun.
I agree with
right?
Steve. There's room for both.
This is a story of how is kindness being judged in this moment? That's where we're getting lost in the mix. And if you missed the whole thing.
Also in a local market, Covino, where there's been very little success, right? Jacksonville has been, for the most part, other than the, maybe like a season with who was their quarterback? Byron Leftwich, or like one of those standalone Brunell, where they had like maybe one or two good runs here or there. For the most part, Danny, since the Jags have been created, they've been a bottom feeder. Rookie coach comes in, puts his team not only in the map, but
Blake Bortles disagrees with you.
Blake Bortles'
he got
hairline,
to an AFC championship game.
Blake Bortles' hairline, that was my favorite story about the Jags. You see it went from nothing to something?
What?
And let me remind you how we got here. You were giving away your third game ball. So, Rich, not to put you on the spot, who gets a game ball tonight?
I think tonight, the world,
because I think Covino's leaning Steelers.
I am.
Because that was our pick. Yeah,
No
you and I both agreed on that.
Question.
But Rich went the other direction.
It,
Rich is Texans tonight.
Well, I'm looking at the point spread now. Listen, I'm a Niners guy, so I got love for DeMeco Ryans and DeMeco Ryans. I'm sorry, what he did with the 49ers. DeMeco Ryans, when, I really liked him, and I was happy for his success early on. So what's a better team? Probably the Texans to move on. But how do we all not root for the storyline of Aaron Rodgers just to see how long can the old guy keep it going? I
agree with Rich, man.
And also ask yourself.
I want to give the game ball to Rodgers tonight. I think that'd be cool.
Ask yourself this, Danny G. Next week when you're, hanging with Brenda and Cohen, the kids and everyone, and you're hanging out, what game do you want on in the background? Do you want Texans Patriots? To me, that sounds like a game you'd half watch in the background on a Sunday night. Or Aaron Rodgers, possibly his last game versus the Patriots, who somehow were miraculously back on top. I think Aaron Rodgers is the story we all want to see.
Agreed. And Lynn Jones, to wrap it up, of the Jacksonville Free Press, defended her decision on offering Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen words of encouragement. And the fact that she has to defend her kindness is sort of an odd thing. She defends her line of questioning to the head coach, and she says, I take no offense to it. Listen, I've been in this business more than 25 years. You got to realize that she's an older woman talking to a younger man, just saying, keep your head up, dude.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, it's a wonderful moment that happened. I don't think she jeopardized her credibility in any way. The fact that we even have to talk about it is odd to me.
Hey, Isaac,
but that's the story.
You said something that I feel like applies to so much in life. You said so many things are not mutually exclusive, but people insist that they are. Can you just tell everyone one more time, repeat that? Because I thought it was really insightful. There's so many layers here that people think have to be tied together.
You can be credible, professional, formal, but that doesn't mean you can't at the same time be funny, loosen your tie, and have a great time. I don't know why it has to be either or both, and that's where everyone is getting their undies in a bundle about this situation. You can do both at the same time.
That's how I describe Isaac, honestly. Isaac is someone who's very professional and credible, and then he comes up with these fun bits. He'll go digging for sound and make things really fun.
You know how
so
I know
Isaac,
that?
you're describing yourself.
I saw Isaac Lowenkron in the Kobe Bryant documentary interviewing a young Kobe Bryant.
And then
he's also the same guy farting with his armpits.
There's a category. There's another category coming up in Last One Standing for that.
Oh, I can't wait.
You know what? I just think
so
that
he is a great example.
Not to get political, but I feel like so many things in life, even with politics, we feel like things need to be black or white, or things need to be mutually exclusive. Like this terrible situation in Minnesota, right? It's like you don't need to have the side of ICE or this unfortunate woman that lost her life. You could there could be a gray area in between. It's like, what are you doing over there for? But doesn't deserve to die. Like we don't need to always think in black and white. And Isaac, that was a great point.
Thank you. Because sports and real life are complexed and nuanced in a way that often doesn't fit into 280 characters.
Case closed.
There you go.
Good one.
Thank you.
And if you followed up with a fart. All right, listen, we're going to play Last One Standing. It's a fun game. I know you want in. 877-99 on Fox. We'll do that. And we got calls about Tom Brady. I guess people are either loving or hating Tom Brady in the booth. So we'll take a couple Brady calls, and we'll play our game all next, all right here, Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, makes every playoff moment feel bigger. I was talking to my mom on my way here. She's like, did Rich put his bets in?
You know what's so funny? Usually, sometimes you don't want to wager on your own team as a jinx, and I felt so passionately that the Niners could at least keep it close, but I didn't do anything. I wish I would have, but hey, 7-point dogs in Seattle. If that goes up to 7.5, you might get me pulling the trigger on that one. So, hey, DraftKings has your back. Early exit protection, too. And this applied to George Kittle yesterday. So
that's cool,
If you have a player that's eligible in a prop bet and they go down in the first half, you're off the hook for that. So that's a pretty big deal.
You still get paid in cash.
Paid in cash. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use our code CRSHOW. That's code CRSHOW. You could turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Want to talk some of the craziest sports flexes? I know you have some things on your mind, Rich.
Yeah, I mean, this Wemby thing, you saw it before me because I was like, wait, what are you guys looking at here? And I'm like, is his foot? What?
Well, put it in perspective. Growing up, this is when you realize, well, I guess I'm never going to make it in the NBA. If you could touch the rim, that was an accomplishment. First, you hit the bottom of the net. You're like, all right, I'm getting some ups here.
Yeah, Covino told us he touches rim just standing up.
No.
Not toilet. Not toilet.
You're just thinking playground, right?
Honestly, you're
gymnasium, high school.
You're absolutely right. If you're just horsing around with your buddies at gym class or at the playground,
you started with the bottom. You're
listen,
all right, I got the bottom.
I'm not going to BS shit. None of my friends could slam dunk, but it was a bragging right to be like, yo, you could touching rim was like, all right.
Touching rim was you had some ups.
Touching rim meant you were roughly 6 foot and you had some skills. I could touch rim.
And then
I can't
they
dunk.
started mass producing those adjustable rims. Everyone had one. You lower it down to 8 feet. You start slamming, jamming, rip roaring, and ramming. All right, that was a game changer. But for most regular people, you barely touch rim. And now you got freaks in the NBA like Wembanyama. This dude could lift his leg.
He karate kicks it.
He could karate kick the rim.
Do you understand what we're saying here?
That's why I'm putting it in perspective. We couldn't even jump with our hands held high and hit the rim barely. This guy lifts his leg up, a little crane kick like Daniel LaRusso. He touches it with his big toe.
Look at it this way. We've seen things where it's like, yo, you've seen a guy hit his head on the backboard where you're like, yo, he's so tall that he went up for a rebound and misjudged it, and he,
ups.
Yo, sometimes
I used to pray for ups. Never got any.
Danny, you've seen players hit their head.
Oh yeah,
on the lower part of the backboard because it just they're so big. But
LeBron was trending the other night because on one of his dunks, his head was at the rim, just above the rim, and people were like, this freak is 41 and his head's above the rim still.
To think just a regular guy. If we went to the basketball court right now at the gym across the street, if I told you, Covino, take off from the free throw line and see how close you would even get, and then think Michael Jordan and guys like that were taking off and dunking from there and doing pump fakes and you jump, your feet are on the ground that quick.
So when we're seeing guys like Wembanyama now able to put their foot up to the rim, what are some other crazy sport flexes that come to mind? I got a few. I got some fun ones and some legit ones. What comes to mind immediately is Kurt Hennig, how he would throw a pass and catch the pass to himself because he was Mr. Perfect. Because he did everything perfect.
All right, I'll give you one for real. I'm not saying Mr. Perfect wasn't real. I'm just
wait a second.
You know how he bowled the 300, was perfect at pool. It was a great gimmick.
Mr. Perfect has a sweet three-point shot too.
I'll give you one that I always was fascinated by because as a kid, you didn't realize how much strength was needed. When Bo Jackson would break a bat over his knee or just break a bat, you'd be like, yo, you thought about that and you're like, oh, okay. And then you hold the bat and you're like, oh.
Yeah, right. He broke it over his helmet.
Yeah.
Over his helmet.
You know who did it this year? I'm going to miss him a lot. Polar Bear Pete. Pete Alonso did that this year. And when you see one of these big, strong guys break a baseball bat, you're like, or it's like a strong guy ripping a phone book. You know,
this way, if you tried to do that, you'd probably roll around in pain. So we'll get to your phone calls, your feedback, and we got more, crazy sports flexes next. But we got Ilo now with an update.
Isaac Lowenkron.
Do you mind if I real quick give you my sports flex?
I would love it.
This is not so much as a flex as just a great story. But back in the 60s, during the peak of Muhammad Ali, the top player in the NFL and arguably the greatest running back of all time was Jim Brown. Jim Brown made it be known that he very seriously wanted to box Muhammad Ali. He thought he could legitimately beat Muhammad Ali because he was such a great athlete. Remember, he was like an epic lacrosse player in addition to being a running back. So the two of them happened to be in London at the same time, and Ali tells him to meet him in Hyde Park, which is a famous park in London. So there they are, Ali and Jim Brown, just the two of them, face to face. No handlers, no nothing. And before Jim Brown says anything, Ali starts lightly slapping him, just slapping him like this.
Yeah.
And Ali's hands were so lightning fast that Jim Brown realized right then and there, yeah, there's no way I could ever.
That's a great story.
He
really
saw
great
the
story.
flex up close with literally the greatest of all time.
Damn, time's flying when you're hanging with CNR. Hope you had a great weekend. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio on a Blue Monday. You can see why. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. We're both wearing navy blue sweatshirts. But for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, where tire buying should be. And are you ready?
Am I ready? Let's do this. Last one standing. Come on.
You have 5 seconds to battle for your sports trivia life.
Man.
Dan.
I don't got it.
Put your electronic devices down and pick your sports knowledge. It's CNR's Last One Standing.
Last one standing.
Yo, Danny, when I heard him say Hut, have you seen the Tom Brady Pizza Hut
Oh,
commercial?
yeah.
Actually, every time I get ready for this game, I want to throw up like Josh Allen before a game.
All right, let's do this.
All right, I have 4 categories ready to go. If needed, a tiebreaker. Each contestant gets 5 seconds to stay alive in the round. If you run out of time or answer incorrectly, Iowa Samuel will escort you out with his big bad buzzer.
That's why I get nervous, man.
Yeah,
It makes me nervous. No, please, no.
We keep battling until you are the last one standing. If you win 2 of the rounds, you are the top dog. Here are the contestants. 12-time winner Steve Covino, right over there.
Oh, he sucks.
Next to him, 17-time winner Rich Davis.
Hey,
no
balls against the wind.
Boo. And in for 37-time winner Dan Byer is 3-time winner Isaac Lowenkron.
You hold your head up, all right?
Thank you. Thank you,
Let's go to the studio lines to see who's playing for a CNR prize. The first one through was Casey in Mayfield, Kentucky.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, Case?
What up, Casey?
Casey in Kentucky.
Hey, gentlemen, thanks for allowing me to play today.
No problem.
What do you do for a living there in Kentucky?
Makes bourbon.
I work in the sales and logistics on the riverboat industry.
Close enough.
Wow.
By the way, Spot is the fact checker during this
I
game.
hate it so much.
A lot of anxiety for him, so be patient
worst.
as he checks the answers. When I say your name, the clock is going to start. All right, here's the first category. One hell of a season. You have 5 seconds to name an NFL team who has had a year where they won 14 games or more in the regular season. Think about it. 18 teams are on the board. All right, so
That
name it.
many. Wow.
Whoa. What are we talking about?
So
What are
Say
we
that
talking
again?
about?
All right.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
name an NFL team who has
NFL
team who's had a year where they won 14 games or more in the regular season.
All right.
And what do you do for a living, Steve?
Okay. All right, Covino, you are up first, starting right now. Go.
Patriots.
Patriots are on the list with 16. Number 1.
Rich.
2007.
Where do I go? Let's get the 49ers out the way.
You would. They are on there 6 times with 14 and 2.
Lowenkron.
The 06 Chargers.
Yep. On the list. 14 wins.
Casey.
Them boys. Let's go with the Cowboys.
Cowboys are not on the list. Just missed it. They're at 13.
No kidding.
Just
Wow.
under
They're
with
just
13.
13.
Yeah. Covino, back to you.
The Chiefs.
Chiefs are on the list. They
Number
have 14
1, Chief Rocca.
in 2020.
Dickie Davis.
The 1985 Chicago Bears were 15-1.
Yes, they were. You'd be correct.
Nice pull. Lowenkron.
The Broncos.
The Broncos, nope, just missed it with 13.
Oh!
All right.
Wait, hold on. What are the Broncos' record this year?
I thought they were 14-3 this
Yeah.
year.
Broncos are 14-3.
Check.
Are we not counting this year?
Yeah, maybe that list doesn't have this year's stats on it.
That's right. He's
All right, you're still on the list.
Yeah, you're alive.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I take it back.
Covino.
The Bills.
Bills, nope, 13.
Rich.
Unless they're.
No.
They didn't this year.
The Seattle Seahawks are on this list.
Yes, they are on.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
14-3 this year.
Sorry.
Lowenkron.
I'm going to guess the 99 Minnesota Vikings. 98 Minnesota Vikings.
98 Vikings, yeah,
Yeah.
15-1.
Back to Rich. 3, 2, 1.
The Raiders. Not the Red. No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, I take it back. I was thinking of something else. I'm going Saints.
The Ravers.
Saints.
Saints, unless not this
No.
year.
No,
not on the list.
definitely.
13. Sorry.
13.
Maybe if Shuck gets a full season. All right, so Lowenkron wins that.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
Did I did the Panthers? Wait, the Carolina Panthers are on this list, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes, they are,
Good
Rich.
one.
Son of a bitch.
And I forgot the perfect 72 Dolphins.
Yeah.
I had it
there you
written
go.
down. I swear to God on my
It was
life.
only
Rich.
14 games back then, but they were
Yep.
14-0.
Very good, yeah.
All right. Second category.
That was tricky.
Well, that's tricky.
Isaac. Second category. Isaac was in his documentary.
You know why, though? I'm sorry. You know why? Because 13-3, Danny, we talked about it last week. We were saying 13-3 was like, that's a great record. 14-2 was special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
elite.
Ooh.
All right, here we go with the second category. Isaac was in his documentary, Part 3. You have 5 seconds to name an NBA player who is on the same list as Kobe Bryant for the most All-Star game selections of all time.
Wow.
The most All-Star game selections of all time. Kobe was selected 18 times. We're going to take the top 24. Or, Spotty, did you say 25 on this?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, that includes Kobe, so you could say 24.
24 and Kobe. All right, here we go. Casey in Kentucky, you're going to be up first this time, starting right now. Go.
LeBron, number 1 with 21.
Number 1, Lowenkron.
Kareem
had 19.
Yeah. Rich.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, yes. 14.
Covino.
Shaq
had 15.
Nice. Casey.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird had 12.
Lowenkron.
6. Oh, he wasn't 6'7". Karl Malone.
14.
Rich.
John Stockton.
No, not on the list.
Sorry.
Just missed it.
Covino.
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. Yep, 15.
Nice pull. Casey.
Charles Barkley.
Charles
Good.
Barkley. Nope, didn't make the cutoff.
Wow.
Lowenkron.
Scottie Pippen.
Didn't make the cutoff.
Oh, Covino gets that round.
Thank you.
Hey, I have a question.
So the cutoff was 12.
Hey, Spot, could I give you one in the holster?
You may.
Carmelo Anthony?
Carmelo Anthony, nope, didn't make the cutoff
okay.
either.
Kevin
So
Durant.
12, Kevin Durant, yeah, he had 15.
Damn.
The cutoff was 12.
12 selections.
12 selections. So, yeah, you missed.
Give us some of the names.
Kevin Garnett had 15.
KG. Was Magic Johnson too? Didn't he play
Magic
long
Johnson
enough, right?
had 12. He was on the list.
Okay.
Jerry West, 14. Bob Cousy, 13.
Dr. J, no, not enough.
No, didn't have enough.
No.
Danny G, on a side note, that was, comparable
Good
to
question.
Kobe Bryant. I saw a really cool clip over the weekend where Kobe Bryant said Derek Fisher was his favorite teammate. You see that?
Yeah, that's cool.
That was really cool.
All right, let's go to the third category. So far, Lowenkron and Covino each have a point.
Nice.
Cream of Totin' the Rock crop.
What?
You have 5 seconds to name an NFL player who finished this season as one of the league's rushing leaders. We're going to take the top 24. This is most yards rushing. Covino, you are up first, starting right now. Go.
Christian McCaffrey.
Repeat the question.
Okay.
One of the league's rushing leaders this year. We'll take the top 24 this season.
McCaffrey had 1202.
Rich.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry had 1595 at number 2.
Lowenkron.
Travion Henderson.
Travion Henderson had 911 at 21.
Yeah, nice. He doesn't get talked about enough. Casey.
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs at 20 with 929.
Covino.
Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson at number 4 with 1478.
It was a down year, but Saquon's still on the list.
Saquon is still on the list at number 10 with 1140.
Lowenkron.
He's not my uncle, but he's a Rico nonetheless. Rico Dowdle.
I was like, where are you going with that?
How much want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
With 1076.
Casey.
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor is on the list at number 3, 1585.
Keep taking the good ones. Covino.
Hey, it doesn't hurt to work from the top down.
3, 2, 1. No. Rich.
Jonathan Taylor.
Already
Thomas. Jonathan Taylor.
Sorry.
HN.
HN is on the list of 5 with 1350.
Good
Lowenkron.
The guy from James Cook, Buffalo.
It's that good? Yeah, that guy yet? Number 1, 1621. Number 1.
Casey.
Really?
Let's go with Walker from Seattle.
Walker. Yeah.
Kenneth.
Yeah. 1027 at number 16.
Nice.
The fourth.
Back to Rich.
Third.
3, 2.
Jahmyr
1.
Gibbs.
Yep. Number 7, 1223.
Lowenkron. Good pull.
DeAndre Swift.
Yep. At number 12, 1087.
Nice.
Woo, a battle here. Casey.
ETN from Jacksonville.
What do you say?
ETN.
Oh, yep, number 1107.
That's a good one.
Rich. 3, 2.
Oh, Kyron Williams.
Yep, number 6, 1252.
just pulled it out. Lowenkron.
Probably going to be the last one that I even know. Bucky Irving of Tampa Bay.
Good guess. Injuries may have ruined that answer. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Not on the list.
Sorry. All right, Casey.
Jalen Warren, maybe?
Jalen Warren is on the list. 19 with 958.
Back to Rich. 3.
Brees
2.
Hall?
Yep, number 15,
Whoa,
1065.
I'm like, out of there. My tank's empty. Come on. Fail.
Casey.
Oh, come on. Dallas didn't have a running game.
3.
Man, I don't know.
2.
out.
1.
You got
that might have been the one.
let's see. You guys are it's done, right?
Yeah.
All right, you missed Ashton Genty at 18 with
he almost had 1,000
yards. Chase
Your boy,
Brown
Danny G.
had 1019.
Who did spot?
Chase Brown.
Chase Brown, okay.
Javonte Williams, 1201. Keyshawn Judkins, 827.
Oh.
Bottom of the list,
that's
Kyle Monagai.
All right, fellas.
From the Bears.
Due to time constraints, we're going to go to the overtime question when we return. Lowenkron, Covino, and Rich. 3-way tie.
All right, let's do this, Isaac. Update. What's doing, my friend?
Hey, buddy.
3-way tie between Isaac, Covino, and Rich is our top story.
Oh, I do have a question for you, Isaac. If you can sneak it in your update at some point. Any update on the possibility of Fred Warner playing, or is that just nonsense?
Fred Warner, I'm just going to double check. He basically said while being interviewed today, no formal update, but he basically said, I can play anytime they ask me to. That's what he said.
Would the 49ers not want to rush that? I mean, he's saying I'm ready. It's weird, right?
Yeah, it's not. It needs to be formally announced yet,
Right.
but he has to return to full practice, et cetera, and it's really something that formally I don't think the 49ers have to address until later in the week when you actually have to start putting out formal injury reports, which you have to start putting out on Wednesday. We begin with some news breaking just in the last couple of seconds. Another announcement about an interview, but it's not for a head coaching interview. NFL media reporting Mike McDaniel will interview for the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator job tomorrow.
Wow.
It was already reported that today McDaniel interviewed with the Cleveland Browns and Atlanta Falcons for their head coaching jobs. The Falcons announced that they've interviewed former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh for their head coaching job. Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott announced that receiver Gabe Davis suffered a torn ACL in his left knee in yesterday's win at Jacksonville. Bills defensive tackle Ed Oliver will be designated for return from injured reserve this week. Elsewhere in the NBA, the league fined Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics $35,000 for public criticism of the officiating. Finally, in the National Hockey League, the Columbus Blue Jackets today fired head coach Dean Evison.
You hold your head up, all right?
Oh, Lynn. She's there for everybody in the sports world. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn Jones.
Isaac Lowen.
Thank you, Isaac.
Mike McDaniel, Iowa Sam pointed out that Detroit Lions team was missing a little something since the departure of Ben Johnson. So that would imagine Mike McDaniel and we said Mike McDaniel and Dan Campbell together would be gold. That has to be a team you watch on Hard Knocks.
That would be a buddy comedy movie.
Right? Unbelievable. All right, we got more CNR and the conclusion of Last One Standing in minutes. All right, now TCL. All comes down to this, guys. One game, the best of the best, playing for the Lombardi. So if you're watching at home, you got to watch like it matters on a TCL Ultimate Series, the QM 8K or the QM 9K.
This is Super Bowl football. Bright stadium lights, fast cuts, big hits, and bigger debates. Was he in? Did it move? Did it cross?
It did when the Eagles dropped that last play.
No, it did when Rich saw Tom Brady. TCL brings the ultimate brightness and the ultimate black levels, so the picture stays clean from kickoff to final drive.
You see the ball spin on deep shots, the toe drag, no blur, never rewinding, never run it back. We all just got to go big with the Ultimate Series. Available, and get this, 98 inches right now, 98-inch class. So every seat is a great seat, not just the people in the middle.
If you can't be in the stadium, TCL Ultimate Series is the next best seat. Available at all major retailers. TCL, the official TV partner of the NFL, here for Super Bowl 60. Fernando Mendoza. He's all the buzz, especially this weekend.
I often wonder if we didn't do what we did, if we weren't on iHeart and Fox and all the things we do, would I be on social media as much? Do I use it as an excuse, like, well, it's for work, like, or would I just still be like scrolling? I don't know.
Oh man, it's killing our brains. Our attention spans is so bad. It's getting worse. And you have to ask yourself, when you're on and when you're posting, am I sharing or bragging? Right? Because you see a lot of bragging, but you're still watching and it's gross, and then you hate yourself afterward. But this weekend, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, number 5 Oregon at number 1 Indiana, Fernando Mendoza is all the buzz. And he said this week that he has no social media. And I want to know, in today's world, when you see a young player who says everything right and seems so likable, when he says something like this, do you say, right on, man, I like him even more? Or do you think something else? Take a listen.
And keep it to my process and keep it to my routine and not change it too much, and also not really having social media. I only have LinkedIn and YouTube on my phone right now. It's really helped put things in perspective and keep all the opinions of in the building opinions. So I'm not online reading, oh, Fernando's great, Fernando sucks. I'm listening to what my quarterback coach, Coach Chandler Whitmer, says, and thinks, and what the quarterbacks in our room think. So that is where my focus is, and that's how I've been able to play my best football so far. And
first of all, can I get the obvious out of the way? I do want to applaud him.
Maturity.
For the maturity.
Wow.
Daring to be different, putting it down, having the restraint, the discipline, for being a great role model. I mean, he's so lovable, this kid. But at the same time, because what we're learning, Rich, as we mature, is that two things can be true, right? Yeah. So for as much as I commend him, and we do.
I do. That's, not being on social media when you're the starting quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner, with all the options in the world, and probably partnerships that want to do business with you, and they're like, oh, but you're not on social. Like, it's
how about just curiosity, right?
Yeah.
What are people saying? Who's interested in me?
He's a bigger man.
I do find it more odd, being a young person, to not have a social media footprint.
Yeah, I have some buddies that are younger, that are in the dating world, and if they bump into a girl and they tell a woman, yeah, I'm just not on social, that's like a red flag. Like, what do you mean you're not on social? Like, they think you're hiding something, like you're a serial killer.
I think it's an immediate red flag in today's world, because you don't have to use it, right? Because we tend to abuse it. But if you don't have a presence, if you don't have an Instagram, if you don't have a Facebook page, I understand TikTok may be too young, or Snapchat too young for some of you, but if you don't have it, it says that you're trying to hide something in a weird way. No, like people that I know that don't have these things makes me say, like I have an ex-girlfriend, seriously.
Who are you running from?
Yeah, no, but I have one ex-girlfriend. You can't find her online.
She murdered someone.
No image search, no nothing, no social media. And you know what it says to me? What happened?
Never got over you.
Yeah, man, I must have really...
She gained 200 pounds just sitting there eating ice cream, thinking about Steve Covino.
I miss him. Ruined this poor woman.
I miss him.
No, but you know what? It says to me that she's hiding from something. She's running away from the world. And it might not mean that, but it does scream that if you think about it.
You know what I find funny? Did you hear what he said he does have? YouTube, so he does watch videos.
Yeah.
He said LinkedIn. What is he, applying for a job after college? Like, hey, Raiders, hold your pick. I have an interview with this accounting firm. LinkedIn?
Well, you know what's ironic about that?
Do you have a LinkedIn?
We're radio bozos for a living. I don't have a LinkedIn. I have everything else. I don't have a LinkedIn, which is ironic about the whole thing, because he has one. And what's he using it for? I don't know. To connect, I guess. But yeah, maybe endorsement deals could go through that. But he's got agents for that and people guiding him the right way. You know, what does it say to you when you meet someone in today's world if they have no social media? Does it matter how old they are?
Can we break down the different social medias real quick?
Yeah, I think we should. And I do think it matters how old they are, because I do see a pushback of kids. You know how kids are like, we don't go to Facebook because they think that's for old people. They're trying to put it down a little bit more and live life. They want more memories. They want more tangible. They want more substance. They're at least trying, because they know that something's not right with the way we're living now. Studio. It's tricky to read this commercial when you got one of my favorite jams in the background. I met this little girlie. Our show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA. Oh, man, I love this song. Raising hell here on the show. Right now, use promo code CRSHOW to claim your special offer at DraftKings. Again, that's promo code CRSHOW at DraftKings. The crown is yours. And facing a peak season, looking for a new team member, Workforce Solutions from Express Employment Pros make hiring easier. Visit expresspros.com, find an office, and see how Express can help you hire smarter and faster. Covino, Rich, super producer Danny G, Sam, our audio technician, our sound, what do you call you? Sound architect. And, of course, Lowenkron hanging out, and we're wrapping up. Last one standing.
Let's do it. Final round.
Final round.
All right, yeah, we got to thank Casey in Kentucky who was playing today. He's not in the OT, though. That is Lowenkron, Covino, and Rich.
Yes. Overtime. Right. Here we go.
Isaac Lowenkron.
So whoever comes closest, just buzz in with your name to go first, or whichever order you want to go here. All right, how many total touchdowns does Baker Mayfield have in his 10-year NFL career? These are regular season numbers. Total TDs, passing and rushing touchdowns.
Ooh.
Think about that.
Rushing, total touchdowns,
Total
Baker
TDs,
Mayfield.
career, 10 years.
10 years. Hold on.
Oh, I see the wheels turning in your heads.
More like a hamster wheel in mine.
All right, who wants to guess first?
Hold on.
I'm rubbing my beard, inspiring deep thoughts, Danny G.
I have a number that pops in my head. Write down your number so you don't do the whole $1 Bob Barker crap.
Why? You mean that's how you got 3
I've never
wins?
played that way.
Right.
I always go first. If you note, I wrote down my number, so write down your number.
You make it excuses all the time.
This is a heated battle like Steelers-Texans coming up.
Write down your number.
You can't make rules on the fly.
Well, then write down your number so that I don't give a number and you say $1.
I'm thinking about it.
All right, well,
Why don't you just send it to the group text chain?
Hold on, let me see.
I wrote down my number. Dude, we only got a couple minutes left.
Come on, bro.
Okay, got it.
Lock it in.
Quickly.
I'll go first.
Quickly.
I'll say 105.
105 total TDs. Covino.
I
wrote down 120.
I wrote down 198.
Wow, Rich, you weren't far off. 208.
Oh, way more than
$1.
Way more.
Yeah. Rich gets the W. How dare you guys give Baker less than he has?
Yeah, that's like 10 per season total, rushing and passing, because he's been in the league 10 years.
Yeah.
So Rich was the only one in the ballpark.
But I said over 10 per season.
Well, I said 10
You talking about
years.
rushing touchdowns? All touchdowns.
TD and rushing.
Wait a minute.
You had passing touchdowns and rushing touchdowns. That'd be like 35, 40 a year.
Wasn't our contestant from Mayfield, Kentucky? And we end with a question about Baker Mayfield. Good job, Danny.
Sammy, do you not get the question?
No, but it'd be way more. You were close. You were the closest.
Oh, yeah, no, because I just did 10 years. I said roughly 16 games. I know it's 17, but I did 160, and I said, well, I know he didn't play every season, every game.
Well, that's what I was
when he
factoring
did,
in, and then he played some weak-ass seasons.
But then when he did play, he's had some 30, 40 touchdown type of performances over years, and he had a couple rushing touchdowns. So, yeah, I said, well, 30 more. Yeah.
All right.
Well, congrats,
Good
Rich.
job, Rich.
Yeah.
I'm the best.
No one's happy when you win.
No one's happy when I win.
That is Rich's 18th win in this game.
Great job.
Yeah,
and I want to remind everybody that
Thanks,
we
Dan.
play another game tomorrow. There's a disgruntled Mahomes that wants to stop by and talk smack. So we'll do more trivia. Showboy, Showtime Mahomes trivia tomorrow for some prizes. And I do want to thank Chris Jones and Scott for Mayor and Willamina Kreider, Green 4877. I saw Joey Elbows hanging out. A lot of people chirping loud today on the in-show thread on our YouTube page, Covino and Rich FSR. Talica fan in Missouri. Thank you guys for hanging out with us live.
Who'd one of my game balls go to today? Lynn Jones?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Rob Parker has something to say about that.
Rob Parker transitions his career from integrity and journalism to doing an entertaining radio show. Why do you think that is? Because this is where the game is now.
Yeah, but again, there's an etiquette that I think you'll hear from Rob's side.
Rob Parker is in like the Journalist Hall of Fame.
But hey, kindness is a great thing.
So he's got an interesting take on this whole thing. So I can't wait to hear Rob Parker.
I was right about everything this weekend.
Enjoy the game tonight. We'll be talking about it tomorrow. I'm thinking a big night for the Steelers. At least that's what I'm rooting for. I think that's a fun story. And just enjoy your Monday Night Foosball, everybody.
Can I predict Rob Parker? Aaron Rodgers Fugazi tonight. Who knows? We'll see. I'm going Rodgers. We'll see. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.